this time last year, I quit my day job to try and pursue a full-time career in stand-up comedy. You know, and 1 year later, look at me now! So good to be here. You know, it was a job in social media. You know, so it felt like the people I was working with were slowly transforming into the content that we were making. You know, like the Gen Zs in the office, they walk around, they're like, wah, 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 slay, slay. What you eating? Not you eating laksa. I'm eating laksa. It's so nice. One time, this one guy came up to me. He was like, I was just working at my desk, right? He's just like, bro, I think I'm going crazy already, bro. Bro, I think I'm going crazy already. It's 10:30 in the morning. I think I'm crazy already. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, bro, I'm so crazy. You got seen my Instagram story? Last week, my Instagram story, I go holiday in Bangkok. And then halfway through my holiday, I think to myself, I need another holiday. Very crazy, right? I got people like that one. I don't know, like, very crazy one. I'm like, okay, then, like, what did you do? He's like, I so crazy, lor. I just go online and I book the next flight, bro. Next week, I flying to Milan. I was like, wow, Milan. That's very far, you know. There's quite a lot of money. It's quite crazy, lah. I'll give it to you. You know. And he was like, yeah, lor, I'm so crazy, lor. My holiday in Thailand not even over, leh. I cannot wait to go Philippines, liao. I was like, Philippines? Show me your boarding pass, show me the email. This guy isn't going to Milan in Italy, He's going to Manila, Philippines. I looked at him and I was like, yo, I don't think you're crazy, but you could be dyslexic. Go and check, please, go and check. Yeah. It's like a lot of people come to me, they're like, isn't it like so fun to work in an office like that? Must be so fun, no? I see the video, you're always so fun, you know? And yeah, it was like so fun. I loved the job for like 3 months. You know? Like, I feel very bad, because sometimes people come up to me and they're very enthusiastic about the work we do, you know? They're like, oh my god, I see the video, I love it. And I feel bad because I don't share the same enthusiasm, and I never really knew why, right? I don't know, like on paper, it should be the best job. But I don't know why I'm just not happy. And then one time I saw one thing that made me realize what's going on, right? One time I ended work, then I took the train home. It was like peak hour, and then like everybody was like crushed in. One guy watching a video that I made in the office, like last week. I was like, oh my god, this is it. This is the moment, right? Because when I first joined the company, the director gave us a big speech. He's like, guys, we are not just content creators for the sake of creating content. Okay? What we do here is very important. We make content for Singaporeans to watch at the most mundane moments of their lives. To entertain them and hopefully give them a better day. You know? And when I was like, yes, that is my mission. I want to give every Singaporean a better day. So I was watching that man. I was like, I'm going to give you a better day. So I was watching him, waiting for his reaction, right? And this was his reaction, right? The train impact, he watching the video. And then he goes, haha. Do you know how many people I don't even respect I have to talk to get a video out, you asshole? You cannot spend more than 7 seconds. I swear it was a thumbnail on my face. He saw my face, he went, ha, and he scrolled away. I saw his finger go up and my heart go down, you know? It was such a painful moment. Yeah. So I had to quit, right? I was like, I can't do this anymore, I have to quit. Right, quitting, I remember when I knew that, I was so scared, you know, because I was going to lose my salary. But also because I'm a Singaporean Chinese boy, I need to tell my mother. I told her and she wasn't very happy. I was like, Ma, I'm going to quit my job, Ma. And she was like, quit your job, then what you want to do? Huh? I'm like, Ma, I am one of the best comedians this country has ever seen. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to chase my dreams. You know, I'm going to traveling and I'm going to do my show to anybody that's willing to watch. And my mom was like, Aiyo, Jackie. How long you think this is going to last, huh? How long you think people will keep coming out to hear you say this nonsense, Jackie? Huh? How long you think people are going to keep paying you money to say this rubbish, Jackie? Huh, Jackie? How long, Jackie, do you think you're going to be famous for? Right? And I was so taken aback by that. I was like, Ma, you think think I'm famous now? I love you too, thank you. Like my dad was a lot more chill, right? When I told my dad like, "Pa, I want to quit," my dad was like, "Quit ah! Quit lor." That's it. That's the full. It's a full Singaporean conversation. You know? My dad's a policeman in the daytime, you know? So if you're not from Singapore, that might be a weird idea to you. A chill policeman. Like a policeman just relaxing. Yeah. They only exist here. It's a Singapore specialty. Yeah? Because of our very low crime rate. Right? The crime rate here is so low, what does the police say? Low crime doesn't mean no crime. Yeah? Comedians up and down this island has tried their best, but we will never write something funnier than that, okay? That's the police. The crime rate here is so low that I did some research, right? According to my research, the Singapore police force is the only police force in the world that is allowed to work from home. Every morning I wake up, it's just my dad at the window like, I'm like, "Pa, what are you doing?" "Protecting the neighborhood." Like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. he turns on that Batman voice. Yeah, so I quit my job, you know, now that I have no job, like I get to finally be who I am. I get to do the things that I want to do, you know. Like last week, I went to the bird shop. Yeah, you might be thinking why? Because I got no job. And I like birds. I don't know if you can, I feel like you can tell just by looking at me. I'm a big bird fan, you know. Big bird guy. Yeah, I went to the bird shop, right? I was talking to the birds, right? Like, "Chi, chi, chi," you know. And the birds were like, "Chi, chi, chi." And then, like, the birds were in the cages. There were cages on the floor, right? Then in between the cages on the floor, there were pigeons. Yeah, pretending to be birds of value. What the fuck? So I was looking at the birds, and the pigeons were like, "Hey, what's up? You buying bird? You buying bird, is it? You buying bird, is it? I'm a bird, you know? Pigeon is bird, you know? You wanna buy? Pigeon is bird." I was like, "Fuck off, pigeon." Useless bird. Like, I just think pigeons have outlived their usefulness. You know what I mean? Like, they used to be very useful, the pigeons, right? Back in World War I. Remember that? Back in World War I, every message is sent by a pigeon, right? Whether it's like top secret military info or a letter to your grandma saying you love her, all by pigeons, right? And I think they let it get to their head. Because the moment the war ended, they're like, "Hey, what's up? You want to send a message? You want to send a message? I send for you, I send for you. I send a message. They're like, no, right? So we had to invent the phone. That was why. Steve Jobs was done talking to birds. He was like, "Fuck off, man." iMessage. Like every other bird has a purpose, okay? That's just what I'm trying to say. Every bird has a purpose, okay? Like for example, what's the purpose of a parrot? Parrot, what's the purpose of a parrot? The purpose of a parrot is to talk to your dying grandfather so that he doesn't kill himself so fast, right? Okay, I can send some laughter from the middle, but is everyone on the left and right okay? Is somebody's grandfather dying? Okay? No? Then lighten the fuck up, guys. Relax. You're filming, you know. Or and like owl. What's the purpose of an owl? What does it mean when you see an owl? It means it's nighttime. That's right. That is my best joke, by the way. If you don't like that one, good luck to you. It's gonna be a long 40 minutes. Every bird has a purpose. That's what I'm trying to say. Every bird, right? Even my kuku bird. Does everybody here know what a kuku bird is? Yeah, like kuku bird is a Singlish word. It's a uniquely Singlish word, right? It's a word for penis, right? Dick, you know? Cock. This one, kuku bird. This one is kuku bird. This one. You made that for the jokes, yeah. Like kuku bird is the word Chinese mothers will say to their kids, right? And of course, in public, they are too ashamed to say penis or cock, right? They'll be like, "Hey, don't touch your kuku butt. And that's all my mom said to me from the ages of 4 to 7. Hey, don't touch your kuku butt. She said that like I got a lot of things to do as a 4-year-old, you know what I mean? Like you 4-year-old, you got no iPad, what are you gonna do? Touch your kuku butt. I just turned 30 a couple of weeks back, you know? So I don't need to touch my kuku butt that much anymore, you know? Because I got a girlfriend, surprise! Yeah, my girlfriend, if you don't know this, she's actually a Muay Thai fighter. Yeah, like a professional fighter, you know? And I am a pussy. I just don't like violence. I'm not a physical guy, you know. Like, I've thought about this, right? If I was in Street Fighter, the video game, right? My finishing move would probably be like, you know, the bar is full and it's blinking in your face like bah, 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 right? Then I'll press square, square, triangle, triangle, circle, circle, XX, R2, L2, R2, R2, L2, R2, circle, R2, L2, right? Then my character will scream. Right? He'll go, right? Then my girlfriend will jump in to beat the bad guys. That's my finishing move. Like I tried going for the Muay Thai class. I really did. Because I would pick her up from class. Right? Then the head coach is always there. Hey bro. Hey, bro. No neck, fellas. No. Hey bro, when you gonna join us, bro? Just sign up for the trial, bro. Bro, after work, just come, just sweat it out, bro. It's a casual workout, bro. Just come, bro. Just no stress. I just sign up for the trial, bro. Just come. I was like, okay, I'll sign up for the trial, but don't talk to me next week, please. My voice damn disgusting. We went for the trial, right? The trial, the warm-up section of the trial. 20 minutes of skipping. 20 minutes. 20 minutes is 20 minutes more than I've skipped my whole life, okay? So much. Right? When I signed up for that trial, I thought I was going to do Muay Thai. I thought I was going to learn how to punch. I thought I was going to learn how to kick. You know what I mean? You know what I did for the first 20 minutes? It's not good. You know, I've been with my girlfriend now for almost 3 years. Right? And we've only ever gotten into a big fight like one time. Right? I remember during that fight when she punched me, she kicked me, right? And then I was thinking to myself, when the hell is she gonna fucking skip? She didn't skip, because that's not Muay Thai, okay? I was so tired, you know, I was so tired after the skipping, I was just like panting, right? Just panting. And then the head coach comes back. Hey bro. Hey bro. Bro, this one warm up only leh. I was like, yeah, I'm tired, not retarded, you asshole. Last week you said this is a casual workout, and now you all are just bullying me, you assholes. Right? That's all they did for the whole 90 minutes. Right? Hey bro, Jackie, hey, don't pussy leh. Hey, come here, Jackie, be a man. Hey, Jackie, come be a man. You see your girlfriend? Jackie, you see your girlfriend? She can punch harder than you, Hey, Jackie, you see your girlfriend? Wow, she kick harder than you, Wow, Jackie, don't throw face, Don't throw face, I was so mad. I was like, you guys shut up, okay? Huh? Guys, look at my girlfriend. She's my girlfriend, okay? She's been training here for 5 years. Okay, she's an actual fighter. Who do you think she's looking for in a partner? Someone to open the mayonnaise jar for her, is it? Huh? She's here for 5 years, dating none of you. What does that say about you, assholes? Okay, thank you. What does it say about you, assholes? Right? Huh? Like, this is clearly not what she's looking for. She's clearly not looking for a big, stupid muscle man. Okay? She needs more than that. Right? She needs someone that's like more caring, more sensitive, someone that knows her needs and wants. Right? Someone that will lick her asshole. And last time I checked, there's none of you, so go away. Nah, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I know that last minute of the joke, I made it sound like I confronted the Muay Thai fighters in the gym and said all of this to their face. it was mostly an internal monologue. Because I was like, they are a lot bigger than me. You know, if I say that, they beat me, you know. But more than that, I am tired after the skipping, okay? I cannot say anything. It's so fucking tired. Yeah, we got to go traveling a bit. You know, last year, my girlfriend and I went to Bangkok. Yeah, we were there during Pride Month. It's like, wow, it's amazing just to see like everybody doing their thing, the LGBT community just being themselves. And I was like, wow, this is possible, right? Queer people can just walk along the streets and it's fine, it's normal, right? How come Bangkok can, we cannot? Huh? No, I was thinking about this and I realized, I think the Thai people don't really have a choice, right? Because the Thai accent is one of the gayest accents in the world. Like you'll be walking along the streets of Bangkok, right? The biggest, buffest tuk-tuk driver will come up to you. Where you go? So, it's so gay, so welcoming, you know, that's why I love it so much. Love it, I love Bangkok. Like, the problem is that it has such a reputation as like a sex tourism place. You know, like I tell my friends, like, I go in Bangkok, they're like, wow, bro, you go Bangkok, go massage, is it? Go massage, go massage, right? I'm like, no, I'm there with my girlfriend, I don't need to pay for sex, loser. Right? And also, like, I hear a lot of, like, horror stories growing up, you know, about this man in Singapore trying to get laid in Bangkok. Like, one of my friends in army told me, he went to Bangkok one time, got a massage, and then asked the masseuse for a hand job, right, which she did. She gave it to him, but like damn fast, right, like she in a hurry to go somewhere there. And then it was painful for him, right, it started to hurt, so he screamed, right, but the sounds we make when we are feeling pleasure is damn close to the sound you make when you feel pain, you know what I mean? Because this guy went, ah! But what she heard was, ah, you know what I mean? So she went even harder and ripped his foreskin off. Yeah. So I'm like, no massage for me, thank you. I am keeping this foreskin. Yeah. All it was is like, wow, you go Bangkok, you go ping pong show, go ping pong show. Yeah. Like I also hear a lot of like scary stories about ping pong show. One guy told me he went to the ping pong show, he sat in the front row, and they gave him a balloon, right? And then a lady comes out bottomless, sits down, and then starts shooting darts at the balloon. The balloon pops, but then there were fluids from the vagina that trailed the dart, and then it went into his eye, he said. And then he got gonorrhea from that. And like, that is not even scientifically possible, but so scary when you think about it, you know what I mean? But I have been to a ping pong show. Like, I do think that if you've never been, you should just check it out one time, you know, because it's amazing. I never saw the balloon thing, but the most impressive thing I saw, like, was this lady, she came up bottomless, right? Then from in between her legs, she pulled out a dove from between the vagina. Like a real bird of value, you know what I mean? Not like the fucking pigeons, but she pulled out the dove, and then the dove fly one round around the room. Then it went back into her hand, then she shoved it back in, then she... Yeah, so she check out the ping pong show when you have the... After Bangkok, I got to go to Vietnam, you know? In Vietnam, I had one of the most amazing bike rides of my life, you know? There you can call the grab bike. And the thing about the grab bike is that sometimes the riders, they talk to you like they are a driver. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they are riding on the back of the bike, but they will talk to you. Like, how are you? What an amazing day, you know? Like, yo, we are on a bike, dude. Like, can you focus or not? You know, like this guy, he picked me up. He was like, hello, amazing day to be in Saigon, sir. What are you doing here? And I was like, yo, you know, I'm a comedian, you know, and I'm just doing some shows around the region. Very happy to be in Vietnam. And he was like, yeah, you're gonna go around Southeast Asia? Bro, that is my dream. That is my dream, bro. You know, I was born in the Mekong River. Every morning, I ride my bike 7 hours, come here to work. One day I want to have enough money that I can go around Southeast Asia. And I swear the moment he finished saying that, a car hit me. Like just like a tug like that, you know. And then he turned, like I looked down, the car was there. He turned around, he looked at the mug, right? Then he looked at me and he was like, so yeah, that's my dream. I want to go around Southeast Asia. I'm like, okay. I was like, I'm not gonna talk to you anymore, you know. And then we kept riding. Right halfway, it started like pouring, like the heaviest rain I've ever been in, you know. And then he was nice. He was just like shouting from the back, "Are you okay?" Right? And then from behind him, I went, "Ah!" Which signaled to him that I'm probably not okay. Right? So he parked the bike at the side. He turned around. He looked at me. I was drenched, and then he was like, "Oh no!" Right? Then he took out a poncho for me. Right? I tried to put on the poncho, but it was like raining. The helmet is all over the place. You know. Then he's so sweet. He adjusted the thing for me. You know, he adjusted. Right? Most romantic thing you could do in Ho Chi Minh City, I think, is to take a bike ride with that guy. You know. And I was like, yo, you know what? If it's raining so heavily, let's just turn back. I don't have to go to this place. Like I'm kind of on holiday. It's no rush. And he was like, no problem. Let's go. I didn't know what he meant. Like, was it let's go continue or let's go back? It's like, let's go, right? And I hopped on the bike. He just went straight, keep going straight. Kept going straight, and then we entered a tunnel. Yeah, and in the tunnel, the rain stops hitting you, so it's like very nice, you know. And I guess that's when he thought like he can rekindle the friendship again, start the conversation again, right? Because he right, and then he goes, by the way, I am gay. And I heard that, and the same thing goes through my head. I'm like, oh my god, this guy is so brave, so open, just casually sharing this with me while on the back of a bike. You know, like how come Vietnam can but Singapore cannot? You know, like all of this was going through my head. But all I could say to him is, can you look in front, please? Can you please focus? And then we got out of the tunnel, and I swear I cannot make this up. When we got out of the tunnel, it stopped raining. It was clear sky, blue sky, like sun shining brightly. Right? Like, I cannot verify this, I don't know for sure, but it felt to me like he touched God when he came out to me. And then God cleared the rain for us. You know? Like the only thing missing there was a rainbow. Right? Because if I came out of the tunnel and there was a rainbow, I would come out to him also. I'd be like, you know what, me too, I am also. Let's go back to the hotel now, please. Let's go. Yeah. So we are about halfway through. Any questions so far? No? Okay. Yeah. We were traveling, and then we had to come back to Singapore because last year was the presidential election. Yeah. Okay. No fans for the president here. Do we know who our president is now? Tharman Shanmugaratnam. Do we know that? Because if we don't know that, IMDA will revoke the license, guys, please. Right? Like we came back, it was an election, and then it was like so happening. Everyone's like, oh my god, election, social media is just going abuzz. And then the results came out. He won by like 85%. Right? And he was like, wow, I didn't expect to win by that margin. Like the asshole in class, wow, so high. I never study leh. How come so high Bro, I promise, I really never study. I sleep 9 o'clock last night, bro, I promise. But that's why he's our president. He's great. You know, like when he ran his campaign, the tagline is equality for all. Right? I'm sure some of you don't even know that, you assholes. Equality for all, you know, and I'm starting to feel it, right? He's been in office a good couple of months now, and I'm starting to feel it, like Singapore is becoming a more equitable society, and there are like new things that are happening. Right? Just yesterday, I swear, I came out of the MRT station, I saw this brand new thing, never saw before in my life. Right? I saw a Filipino lady pushing a pram. Right? When I looked inside the pram, the baby, also Filipino. I don't know about you, that's a brand new Taman thing. I never saw that in Halimah, Singapore. I don't know about you. Shout out to Taman. Yeah. The election was happening, and then we also came back because we have a house. We got a flat. My girlfriend and I. Like we balloted for the flat first time we got it. Like I don't know if you guys understand how much of a miracle that is. Like the time when we were applying, the news is all like, me and my partner, we balloted 7 times, cannot get. but we did it like first time we got. Yeah, like that's how I know she's the one. Right? Because HDB says she's the one. At least for the like 10-year MOP, you know. But we learned this when we went to pick the flat, right? There's this thing the HDB does, it's called the optional fitting scheme, right? Meaning when you buy the house, the door and the window, they have a standard set that costs $4,000. You can pay $4,000, they will put the standard one for you. If you don't want, you can opt out. Then when the house is ready, you can bring your own door. So, like we picked the thing, then the guy was like, "Hi, so you want to opt in for the optional fitting scheme?" I was like, "No, thank you." And the guy was like, "Huh? Don't want ah?" Then, when the house ready, got no door. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Because that's the loophole that they don't know. Right? They say if you want to buy a house from the government in Singapore, right, when you collect your key, must show them your marriage certificate. Yeah. But if the house got no door, then you got no key. Shit, I got it. Does anyone work for HDB here? I need to. Okay, just don't tell them, please. You can use yourself, but just don't tell them. Yeah. Oh, coming towards towards the end. I have a confession I want to make, actually, guys. I know the type of image I portray when I'm on stage. I know like you guys have a certain idea of who I am when I'm performing. You know, like when I'm here, you guys are thinking, "Oh, what a good boy. What a sweet good boy." You know, like I know the type of image I'm portraying, but that's not the truth. Okay, guys, I'm actually not a good boy. Okay, I'm a very bad boy. In fact, I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal in the Singapore justice system. Okay? Does anyone guess what crimes I've committed? Just yell it out. Crime. Arson. What kind of a place do you think we're at today? Arson. Thief. Yeah, it was littering, fucker. Littering is a serious offense in Singapore. I don't know if you guys know this. It's so serious. This is what happened, right? I was like smoking a cigarette at the bus stop, and then the bus came, so I threw my cigarette butt aside. Before the cigarette butt even touched the floor, I swear the guy from behind the bush came out like, "Hello, sir! Cannot litter here." I was like, "Pa?" Police don't catch littering on, guys. It's not the police. It was an NEA guy. It's like, "You cannot litter here, sir. Cannot litter here. I got camera. Like when he said camera, he started bouncing like the Street Fighter. Just to get more footage of my surroundings. I was like, "Fine, you win. You got camera, what you want me to say? Right? Just give me the fine. Tell me how much I'll go pay." Right? It's like, "You give me your IC now. Give me your IC." Because this thing, it's not just a camera. It's also a IC scanner, right? And receipt printer. Like, I don't know how much NEA is making from those fines, but that is like Tesla, SpaceX technology, just casually hanging on your neck, you know? So give me your IC, give me your IC. Gave him my IC, he scanned the IC, and for whatever reason, like we just make full eye contact as the receipt was printing. For the next 20 seconds, just then he ripped the thing and gave it to me in like the smoothest way. Right? I remember I was like, I'm being fined, but this guy's so cool though. Took the slip from him. The slip said, "You were caught littering on this date. You have to appear in the Singapore State Court on this date. The judge will decide how much your fine is." I was like, wow, damn, right, better go Google. I want to Google, how much is the fine for littering in Singapore? Second time. So it was my second time, alright? If you're curious, first time, if you're caught littering first time, the fine is $300. And you don't even need to go to court, you can pay at the AXS machine. That's how efficient this country is, right? Second time, right, the people online in the forums, they're saying, it's anywhere from $500 to $900, right? I was like, damn, I should not have quit the job. What to do? I asked my friends for help. My friend was like, bro, I got an idea. You go to Daiso, they sell the portable ashtray. Take the ashtray, then you go court and show the judge. Show him you're a changed man. Okay, that's the only idea we have now, alright? It was worth a shot. Go to Daiso, I buy the ashtray, then I go home and I write my speech and I prepare my speech, right? This is the speech. Your Honor, I am deeply regretful of my past actions and as such have spent my own time and money to purchase this ashtray. Your Honor, I promise you, moving forward in life, this ashtray shall remain on my persons at all times. And with that, not another cigarette butt from my hand will ever touch the floor. Thank you, Your Honor. I practiced that like a million times. Right? Even on the Grab to court, I was practicing it. I was like, The driver was like, wow, all the best, all the best. Sentencing, all the best, all the best. Right? Got there, got to the state court, and I don't know if you've been to the Singapore State Court, but there I saw like a lineup of the most dangerous litter bugs in Singapore. So I was looking at the line, like, wow, this guy litter 2 times. Wow, the guy litter 4 times. Wow, this guy litter 5 times, jaywalk 2 times, gangster. Yeah. The prosecutor comes in, right? Prosecutor is like, okay, let's begin. First up, Mr. Tan Ting Tong. That is a made-up name. If you give it like that, you're racist. Mr. Tan, he's a middle-aged man, right? He takes the stand. He goes, the prosecutor's like, do you have anything else you'd like to add? You've been caught littering on these dates. Mr. Tan goes, Your Honor, if you can check my file, you will know I am a taxi driver. I am deeply grateful of my past actions and as such have spent my own time and money to purchase this ashtray. I was like 2 spots behind him wondering how the hell he got my script, you know? And then I checked my phone, that's the fucker that drove me here. The fella got his own sentencing, but he wished me good luck. What a nice guy. Right? He had it word for word, every single one. Right? All the way to that. Not another cigarette butt from my hand will ever touch the floor. Right? I was stunned. Right? But the judge hears him. The judge goes, why you litter? Why you litter? Which is such a weird question for a judge to ask. You know what I mean? Like, it's done. Like, what do you mean why? Like, why you murder? Why you murder? No, it doesn't work that way. Right? But Mr. Tan had nothing to say. He was like stuttering. Right? Why you litter? Nothing to say, right? Huh? You come into my courthouse. You tell me your grandmother's story. Huh? No money to pay fine. Got money to buy cigarettes, huh? $900, go! And they just dragged him out there, you know? And then when it was my turn, I got no more script. I had nothing to say. Whatever they asked me, I shake my head, I nod my head, I shake my head, I nod my head. Right? And my fine that day was $500. Yeah? Like, as a comedian, I make most of my money by talking. You know? But that day, I saved $400 by shutting the fuck up. Nice. Is anybody here by any chance religious? Yeah? No? God, is that you?
My set, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. Alright, a big shot. Thank you. I just want to say, this is my 10-year anniversary of doing stand-up. Thank you guys for coming out, making it very special for me. I told my mom this last week. I was like, Ma, next week my show is the 10-year anniversary of my stand-up career, you know? My mom, the best thing she would come up with is like, wow, 10 years ah. wow, if only you have worked a real job, how much money you have now. So honestly, one of the most heartbreaking things I've heard in my life. Made me really depressed. But coming out here and performing for you guys and hearing your laughter has really made me feel a lot better about myself. So thank you so much again. Give a round of applause for yourself. Let's get the house lights on. I'm gonna bring on your openers.